Hello, people of the world, and welcome. I hope you're ready for another episode, because I am. As you can tell, I didn't do my makeup, but that's okay, because I dressed up today. If you saw my social media posts, if you saw what I was doing, like on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, I upgraded my outfit a little bit, and I feel pretty good about it. But there's a few things that we're going to talk about today, and the big discussion today is going to be new world views. That's what we're going with. So the reason I wanted to talk about this topic is because there's a lot of stuff that has been going on in the public eye right now. And one of those things is they are setting new laws out that are not allowing people to dress how they would like to dress, or better wording would be that there's a lot of stuff going around about the trans community and drag, and there's a lot of things that are happening in the Republican Party that are trying to stop the gay community from doing whatever they want. And that is a violation of equal rights. But this is the reason I don't get political, is because some people would disagree with political views and religious views and things like that. That's why I try not to be political. I try not to, talk about that stuff on my podcast, because it's Wings of Whimsy. We're not talking about serious stuff. So on top of that, I got a bunch of new stuff to help me out as a content creator and help me out with my podcasts and things like that. I got some new equipment, obviously, a new look. I got a new computer that I financed, and I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good. So without further ado, this is New World Views. I have been looking at things differently now that I've come into a little bit of financial stability, I would say. Going through the struggle of not having the finances that I needed to make the bare minimum put me in a worldview point where everything sucked, everybody sucked, nothing was going my way, and bitch, it was tiring. It really was. But now that I have a new financial view on things, it puts me in a good mood of perspective. It makes me happy about things that I'm doing and how I'm progressing, and it makes me sad that the world is digressing to something as frivolous as attacking a community of people who aren't hurting anybody. So it's putting a damper on things, but I'm not letting it affect my mood, I've been a little bit tipsy tonight. That's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. But that's just, how my weekend's been. It's been a very fun weekend for me, getting my computer set up and trying to level things out so that it's nice and clean and crisp, A big part of that is when I got my computer set up. Well, let's start with what I was doing before. I got a cheap laptop, something quick, something that I could just record on and go without any issues. It started giving me a little bit of issues, but I just rolled with the punches with what I had for like 3 episodes. I was having trouble editing. I was having trouble making music. The computer was cheap, so it didn't really want to load things. But now I went and got the latest tech on my computer, the one that I built, and it's been running great, bitch. I have been able to get back into gaming. I have been able to get back into making music. I have been able to multitask on a different level that just makes me really freaking happy. So I hope that this sounds a lot better. I hope my podcast goes a lot better, because I was using the interface inside the microphone to record podcasts, and it did good. It did really well. Like, you've heard my audio, it does very well. but I would rather use one of these XLR cables and put it into an actual manual interface and then run it through a sound program so then I can edit the sound myself and make it sound crisp, clean, and things like that. I wasn't able to do that with the internal interface. I had certain like presets that I had to just deal with and go with. Now I have an audio setup where I can just, edit the audio separately from the video. So the video should be, as I can see, looks a lot better. Really, it looks a lot cleaner. It looks a lot more fluent. It's not as chunky as it was before. My camera's a little offset right now. I might want to fix that, but we'll worry about that in a minute. It's putting me in a perspective of a new world view. I started playing on an actual like VR console that I can hook up to my computer and play my games and stuff through an actual computer system instead of trying to run like a old school VR or something like that uses light tracing. So I've experienced a whole new realm of possibilities when it comes to gaming, editing, doing stuff like the podcast. It's put me in a different vision of things where I actually want to get back into things. I haven't done any voice acting in a while. I've been practicing. I've been keeping up on it, but I haven't done any actual auditions or like done any real voice acting because I've been working so freaking much and my other computer, my laptop, couldn't handle that kind of stuff. It can handle the basic recording stuff that I would need it to, but as for running like two programs at once, it couldn't really do that. It wasn't like multitasking very well. It would glitch. It would give me a fuzzy camera view. It would cut my audio and I would have to sit and re-record stuff constantly. But now I feel like I can just let it go. And you can see I'm still looking at it because I'm worried that it's not going to run like it wants to. But it is. It has been doing a flawless job, Bish. I swear. It's been doing flawless. It's been doing so well. And it's so pretty. Like I got all the lights and stuff all hooked up and this is pretty. I'm not going to lie. I got everything synced up and it's all like one color and stuff. And like I got my studio lights set up like really well. So everything's illuminated like really freaking well. I'm doing pretty good with setting myself up for this. And it's putting a new world perspective on things that I can do and spend my time on, right? So one thing that I've been looking at majorly in this world is the disassociation of real topics. People don't care about what's actually going on in the world. So just for example, with politics, right? It's not been going very well. And that's because we're focusing on all the wrong things. We're focused more on how people are perceiving other people and what that's doing to the younger generation that's coming up. Bish, it's making them more self-aware of things that they want. That's what it's doing. It's not hurting anybody. It's opening up realms of possibilities for people like me who had to suppress the way that they wanted to dress, the way that I wanted to present myself. I had to suppress that when I was younger because it wasn't correct or it wasn't right. And I can see it affecting other people that were my age at that time. Like they don't feel like they can express themselves. They don't feel like they can be somebody important in their own life. And it's their life. Of course, they should feel important about themselves. Just like I've been preaching about for the last 5 episodes. Love yourself, respect yourself, and put yourself in first place. If you do that, then the ideals of other corrupt influence should not affect the way that you want to be. And if it is, that's messed up. That's really messed up that our earned money, all of our work that we put into our jobs just to be able to come home, put on something that's not socially acceptable, and enjoy your free time, your freedom time, the time that you have to be yourself. Now, I get where like it's weird that full-grown men want to wear skirts and dresses. Bitch, I look good in a skirt. Just saying. Like, I know I do. I get compliments left and right on the way that I dress. And it's because those thoughts of men shouldn't do that or men look weird when they do that put me down and made me suppress that for the longest time. I was told that I was ugly in school a lot. And I just kind of like took that. I shouldn't have taken it. I should have been like, hyping myself up and making myself feel better in that situation. That's what I should have been doing. But kids are mean. That's what I blame it on all the way down to the end. It's not parents. It's not, the way that they're raised. That should not be our biggest concern. Our biggest concern should be about the well-being of our country and the way that it's being run and the things that are being done in it that are taking away like freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Honestly, when I was younger, if you told a cop like F off, they couldn't really do anything about it because that's your right. That's your freedom of speech to be like, go F yourself. Like that's your mentality. You're allowed to have that. Now, if you try to do that, it's illegal. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Seriously. The cops will give you like a hard time if you just like flipped them off or something like that. If you did something like that, then they had a reason to be upset. But like, it's crazy to me to think that someone dressing in a miniskirt or someone putting on an outfit that makes them feel good about themselves is now criminalized in a certain way. It's provocative. It's not okay for, people to dress that way. Bish, girls have been wearing miniskirts their entire lives. And it's like, that's not indecent exposure. I'm sorry, it is. But they don't care, so why should we? And if you tried to say anything against the way that somebody was dressed, they would turn it into a big deal. It's not what we should be collectively thinking about, the way somebody dresses, the way somebody talks, the way that they walk, the way that they do things. That is so ridiculous to me. That is so frivolous and so annoying. It really is. Don't you think that we have better things to focus on? Like, I don't know, maybe fixing what we broke. We're not really broke. I guess we are broke, but like maybe fixing the things that we need to first. Does that make sense? Like maybe that's something that we should be putting in a priority slot. Maybe that should be the main goal, is to fix the broken things that we have going on in our system to revitalize thoughts of normalcy with this stuff. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people in this community, like the gay community, the LGBTQ plus community, has been suffering with no reason of being malicious, as in other people being malicious towards them or having malicious intent towards them because they belong to a certain community of people. That should not be allowed. That should not be allowed. If you want to self-express you now have to like hide it a little bit. You're not allowed to just go say F you to a cop. You're not allowed to do that anymore. You can get cited for that. And I know a lot of people would tell me, oh, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about it. Like, it's not that you're worried about it. It's the fact that it's happening is a big deal. Just because it doesn't affect you at this moment doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening. So that is a little bit of my rant on that because, oh my gosh, I had to say something about it. I shouldn't have opened my mouth about politics or religion, but I don't care. Like, my thoughts are my own. I'm not trying to get you in on anything. No, I don't care. A lot of people have come at me with like, oh, I want to be a guest on your show. I want to be a guest on your show. And that's healthy and that's good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. But I do not have the money to go out and buy another microphone that's like this. The reason is because I'm already paying for this and an S24. Holy crap, I am tired today. This podcast might be a short one because it took me like 3 hours to set this computer up for a podcast and get all the audio tested and do everything just right. So, yeah, I might cut this one like real short. Another thing that's giving me a new world view is surprising myself with being able to go out and still do things while being broke. As in, I recently auditioned for a show, a gig, and they haven't gotten back to me. Am I worried about it? No, not really. They have their own reasons for letting it go and just, making sure that I at least was on the list. So putting myself in a new world view, I would say, has been all about new stuff, like redoing everything that I would have already set up or doing things differently so that I can upgrade or have a new perspective on filming the podcast, making music, doing things, like even just going to that audition. All of that boils up into one. I'm happy with the results of how I did, especially when it's leading to better things. So with this time that I have to upgrade, and do new things, I want to start auditioning again for live theater performances. I want to start auditioning again for performances and plays and things like that and doing theater again. I want to get back into those things because it was something that I was very passionate about. And at the same time, it was something that gave me the mental stability that I needed to see things in a different way. It's a big step. It really is. Understanding the way that things are supposed to be and how they can be is a totally different vibe. So that's how I see it, is I'm just modifying my lifestyle into something that I want it to be instead of something that I need it to be. I was doing the self-sustaining route for so long. I'm telling you, so long that it got boring in a way. Just waking up, going to work, getting off work, working out, going to sleep, waking up, go to work. All of this repetitiveness of all that stuff was getting freaking annoying and kind of under my skin. But it helped finance myself out so that I feel better about what's going on. That kind of behavior before would make me very angry and upset that I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm probably not going to leave Ohio. It's never going to happen. Now I'm getting thoughts of wow, you look great. Maybe you should go do another performance and show people that you're willing to take the extra mile. Something that I wanted to do for a while now. Editing this podcast is going to be a butt. Just because I'm so freaking tired and I don't want to do it. I wish I had producers so then they could get a team on it and do it for me. So then I don't have to do it anymore. But we're still a ways away from that. Yep, those are some things that are just leading up to a new perspective, like a new world view, I would call it, because I'm looking at the world a little bit differently now. But that's okay. That's okay, because people will be people and things happen and people grow. So we got to grow along with it. We got to make sure our system and everything that we're doing within the system is going to run without flaw. Even though flaws are bound to happen. It's okay. Like, we're still working on it as people. We're still working on trying to get everything to a way where people are comfortable, you know? So just because it's mainly looking at the public view and going, wow. So I can't really say too much because I do me no matter what. And if somebody wants to stop me and tell me like I shouldn't be dressing the way that I'm dressing or doing the things that I'm doing, too bad, you know, I'm still going to do it. Like, there's nothing that's going to hold me back from that. There ain't nothing holding me back. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do my best to present myself in a way that I want to be seen, just like everybody else. That's what we do as people. We try to progress, and we are social creatures. And no matter how much you think that you hate people, it's not that you hate people. You just hate the things that they do. Shouldn't really reflect poorly on them, but more their character and how they hold themselves. That's fine. Some people want to do that. Maybe I should start formulating this stuff on a piece of paper or something so that I know what to talk about next, so then I can just keep going with it. But that's hard to do. It really is. Gosh, I'm just sitting around trying to think about things that give me a new perspective or make the world livable again for me. But it's hard. There is no view of the world that is affecting me personally right now, but it could, just like anybody else, it could affect you. You never know, but that's it. That's the whole thing, is having new experiences is making me feel valuable in my own life, and dressing the way that I want to dress and stuff like that makes me feel better about myself. Like, I feel nice when I put on a suit, but I also feel nice when I'm wearing the fluff, It's a big concept. It's a big concept to have. Oh my gosh, I should have got an energy drink or something, because I am dying over here. I haven't been sleeping right. My sleep schedule is all messed up due to the holiday and whatnot. I tried to go get my hair cut the other day, and I was turned down by like 3 different beauty salons, because I don't like going to like a barber shop or nothing, because a lot of those guys are really good at what they do, but it's really hard for them to like give me a concept of a feminine like haircut, I just wanted a trim, and just to trim like the dead ends off of my hair. And I was turned away by like 3 different salons because it's Easter weekend. They don't have a lot of people in right then and there that could just get me in right then and there and get it done, So it's hard. It's very difficult to have a positive outlook when something negative like that happens, or when the political people are not doing what we want them to do necessarily. I had a lot of people tell me, well, if you were so worried about that coming to fruition, maybe you should research more into politics and vote and try to work yourself into something that is helping that rather than not helping that kind of cause. I know when I go to release this that it's going to be a holiday weekend, so I might have to break this down into like a 2-parter or something, or figure out how I'm going to release it. So this might be coming out on a Monday type of thing, so that I don't disrupt myself by doing it on a holiday weekend. All right, like I said, this is going to be a short episode. I'm pretty tired. That's all I really got to say about the subject is keep yourself thinking about the ways that you can move forward. Don't think about other people's problems and issues. Think about yourself and your own things. Think about people and their problems second. Always think about yourself first and your issues first. So with that, I hope everybody has a good day, has a good holiday weekend, and I know that it's going to come out late, so it's all good. Make sure to stay trippy. Don't forget to follow me on social media. All my links are listed down below. I need more followers on my Instagram and my TikTok so that I can start getting promoted on getting a producer for this stuff to help me out. So, yeah, thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Love you.